Again, another video for the Maple Leafs fans out there. So, I'll be honest with you. One year, I was actually a Detroit Red Wings fan. I actually made a Detroit Red Wings email account. There's a particular reason why I did what I did. First of all, the Leafs have not been winning the Cup since 1967. I'm a little bit embarrassed by that because I'm 20 years born from that day. Like I said, I'm 35 years old and I'm trying to live my life and I'm trying to make sure that everything works out at the end of it. But what I'm also trying to say to you guys is this could be our year. It may not be. I'm hoping it is, but I'm not 100% guaranteeing it. However, there has been miracles that have happened. There have been miracles that have happened. So, like I said to you, all you Leafs fans out there, I hope you guys all enjoy this video. This is something that you may learn in history. Since I've been watching the Leafs in 92, 93, I was watching the Nordiques, and I was watching Matt Sundin playing for the Nordiques. He was a phenomenal player. These are the best Leafs of all time that I've seen in my lifespan. Rick Nash. We also had Matt Sundin, Gary Roberts. We also had, what's his name? Doug Gilmour, Tiger Williams, Ty Domi, who was a masterful fighter. He was almost like a Sean Avery. That's why they came up with the Avery rule. Anyways, Boris Salming. Bless the man, Boris. And we've had a whack of good players. Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner. We've got William Nylander now, who are going to break records. I think they're going to break records that are unbelievable records. But they won't touch Wayne Gretzky's record. I don't think they will touch Wayne Gretzky. Maybe Mario Lemieux, but not Wayne Gretzky. Or maybe they might touch Yager's record or whatever. But, like I said, the Leafs, they have a phenomenal team right now. You think about it. They got Ryan O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly, the capital of the St. Louis Blues, came over to the Leafs because St. Louis Blues were not doing anything this year. They weren't going to make the Cup. They weren't going to make the playoffs. Just like the Ottawa Senators, they're not going to make the playoffs either. They'll be lucky if they do make the playoffs, actually. I'm not going to count them out, but they're going to be knocked out by Boston. Boston will take them out right away. If the Leafs play Boston, my prediction is Boston's going to win. Sorry, unfortunately. We don't have the strength that Boston has. David Pastrnak. We don't have Patrice Bergeron. We don't have those people. The Leafs got Austin Matthews. The Leafs got Mitch Marner. They got Ryan O'Reilly. William Nylander. But they lack the experience of playoff experience. Ryan O'Reilly doesn't. He's been on a few teams, so that's an experience that he can pass along to the younger generation. So let's hope. And Luke Schenn, too, as well. Luke Schenn used to be actually a phenomenal player. And another good player that I remember before was Dion Phaneuf. But although I don't think he was captain worthy. But here's something for you Leafs fans to think about. John Tavares, he's already been a captain a long enough time. He could be an alternative captain. I'm sure that he could step down. I really honestly don't think that Austin Matthews is worthy of a captain. But here's something that is. Mitch Marner, who's been passing the puck a long time and setting people up. I think the assist man should be getting the captain. He's a young guy. He's got experience. He talks well to the media. Austin Matthews, I see him talking to the media all the time. But really, I think that we all know that Mitch Marner should be captain. John Tavares has the experience, but Mitch Marner is a younger guy. And he can also lead the group too as well. He's been in the league long enough. It's just like I thought Nazem Kadri should have been captain back when he was in Toronto. It's too bad he's not in Toronto anymore. He was a phenomenal player, too. He actually hit people, and he took them out. Yes, he got kicked out of playoff games and cost us a fortune, but at the end of the day, what really matters the most? What really matters the most? Can you take out one player for the game and lose one person? Or do you want to get bodied by somebody else? Realistically, the Leafs have 3 players that now have hit people. I think that's the reason why they kind of won in Calgary. The game that they didn't win in Edmonton was because it was the first game that these guys were playing with each other, and it's kind of a rusty thing. It's like, playing a scrimmage game. The second game, okay, great. The third game, we're going to see some time because the coach can go through the videos and they can check it out and they can make sure that everything is going to work out. So realistically, the Leafs on paper are Stanley Cup winners. But can they pass Boston? Can they pass Tampa Bay? We shall see. But my prediction is Boston, no way. We've never beaten Boston. We've never beaten them at all. I think maybe it could be our year. If they beat Boston, they're winning the cup. That's my guarantee. That's my guarantee. If they beat Boston, we are winning the cup. And it's going to go really shit crazy in Toronto. Shit crazy. Just like the Raptors parade. It will be a 20-hour parade. Not a 5-hour parade like the Raptors. It'll be a 20-hour parade because everybody around the world cheers for the Leafs. You go to Detroit. You go to Buffalo. You go to all these places, Leafs fans. Leafs fans are everywhere. You go to Florida. You go to Florida. Of all places, Florida. And I can out hear this crowd cheering for the Leafs. Because everybody is a diehard. We are all diehard Leafs fans. I'm sorry to say that I did switch over for a couple of years because I was tired of losing. But I have stuck with them since 2006. 2004 to 2006 is when I changed my mind and said, I'm going to go with the Detroit Red Wings because Lidstrom was with them. Fedorov was with them. No, not Fedorov. I think it was Nicholas Lidstrom, Cronwall. It was Lefebvre. A bunch of players that were on there, like Shanahan, stuff like that. It was a phenomenal team. Phenomenal Detroit Red Wing team. But now where are they? They're where the Leafs are. Trying to catch up. Selling players like Tyler Bertuzzi. Think about it. Think about that. Detroit is now a selling team. The Leafs are buyers. I'll tell you that right now. The Leafs are buyers. Montreal's just sitting on the fence. Ottawa's starting to buy their players now. We'll see what the Ottawa Senators can do. They were the closest Canadian team in the last 20 years? 23 years? Them in Montreal. But Montreal, I think the problem with Montreal is I'm not bashing Montreal. I have a worker at my work who actually loves the Canadians. And I actually put a flag on the pole of one of my workplaces, and it was a Montreal Canadian flag. And he thought that I was going to throw it in the trash. I'm not saying that, but Montreal's a trash team. I'm not going to bash Montreal, even though we are Habs haters. What you need to realize is this. The Leafs fans are great. We are all great. And you know what, really? We are fantastic fans, and we actually have a great, great, great fan base. We actually have, I think this year, I saw 10,165 teddy bears go on the ice during the Scotiabank Arena teddy bear toss. Moving on. Another thing about the NHL, I've noticed that actually a lot of London Knights players have gone out there. The London Knights are actually a phenomenal team. Dylan and Dale Hunter have done amazing jobs. Mark Hunter, Dale Hunter, and even his sons. They've done phenomenal. Phenomenal in the days. We've got guys like Rick Nash coming from London, Ontario. We got guys like Corey Perry, D'Angelo, that was just last year going into the NHL. You can name numerous of players. Like, look at Daryl Sittler. Daryl Sittler was a London Knight. Nobody probably ever knew that. He was a London Knight. And if you did know that he was a London Knight, please do make a comment on there and let me know. Because I would be surprised that many would know that, because he's actually been up on the London Knights alumni. There's another bunch of players that have played for the London Knights that are phenomenal. Corey Perry, John Tavares. It's just amazing. And to see that the Knights, since like the beginning of the season, they were on a bad rut this year, but they picked up their game. They really picked up their game. So, like I said, I'm a diehard Maple Leafs fan. I'm a diehard London Knights fan. Screw you, Salem, Oregon. Screw you, Salem, Oregon. I don't want to talk about Salem, Oregon. Salem, Oregon, I'm not a big fan of the Ducks. I don't like the Ducks. There's a particular reason why I don't like Ducks. Because I let the Ducks out. I let the Ducks out. Thanks for watching the video.